Okay, Jenzad, don't pull an EO. Bro, EO types a 1,000 word essay. The whole thing can be seen as like a literature piece to analyze it. This is a single sentence. There really isn't too many rooms to misinterpret this. I really feel that people just got offended, particularly because of the last line. People are trying to gaslight me into saying that my point is wrong, when in reality is they got offended because I called them stupid. It is just as simple.
So I actually want to get one thing cleared up. You're saying that people who complain about not being able to clear hard content should not allowed to complain because they have bad investment, right? Just not like you're fine with people pulling on characters that they want.
Absolutely. Wait, give me 1 second.
Yep.
You are like hella loud.
Oh shit, my bad.
I made this softer.
My bad, B. Just so I can ask you directly, what is like your main point? Just so I don't get anything like cleared or get anything like messed up with this like whole power creep thing.
My main point is exactly what I phrased out in my original Okay, what is your understanding of my, because this is my main point. Power creep is a problem only if you're allowed to happen either by greed or stupidity. What is your takeaway from this? Because this is my main point. Because
from what I interpreted from your take, here, let me just pull it real quick, is that you said you can pretty much get rid of power creep if you just like plan ahead, right? If you're just like smarter with your pulls. That's what it seems like.
No, you can't get rid of power creep because power creep will always be a thing.
Okay.
Honkai style, if you English out it.
But Honkai
power being a problem is something that you can manage.
Okay.
Yep.
I think the wording does it no justice, to be honest. Like,
so how should I have said it?
Honkai style has a power creep problem, but only if you allow it to happen. Like,
yep.
I think you should word it. You can not make it such a big problem if you just like plan out ahead. You know, because I don't know, maybe it's just me. But I thought that you meant you can just like pretty much get rid of it like completely. No. What is your chat think? I'm gonna ask my chat. Yo, what do y'all think about? Nah,
I was just saying I yep like a 1 hour 45-minute video before calling this, so like I've talked like extensively about this. The only thing I would say is the final 5 words were probably what set people off because people are thinking I'm calling them stupid. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. And I think both Fob and Zajev, right, they both told me that I could have phrased it nicer. Like instead of saying this, I could have just said Honkai Star Rail doesn't have a power creep problem if you were smart. If I phrased it that way, I think a lot less people would be like offended. But because I said stupid, a lot of people on the net were not happy. It's like, oh my god, how dare you call me stupid? I think that is like the main disconnect.
I think that's true.
Yeah,
I think that's true.
I could have worded it better, but I don't wanna.
Yeah, hey, stand your ground, man. Fuck yeah. Fuck these Westerners.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look at your take, bro. Because I kind of grill you a little bit on my video. So you
mentioned. That's fine. What did you say specifically? Because I don't know.
Okay, I just say you're fucking lying, bro.
I'm lying.
Saying like. I'm saying your point was that free to play, you make it sound like they won't have enough pools. That's kind of like what you're taking away.
So you can definitely like get enough. That's the main argument I'm trying to make, is that the main thing is how are you supposed to know which characters to pull for, even if you have like enough. Like, how are you supposed to know which characters like live longer than the other ones? You know what I'm saying? I think that's Gotcha Smack's like, you know, question too. Yeah. Okay,
I answered that point with, it's kind of like trying to predict the stock market.
Yeah.
Right? You will never know if this stock gonna go up, blah blah. And for Honkai Starbucks, it's like at most you see like 1 patch ahead, right? Because like the current patch, and then you have 1 version of Dream, and that's pretty much it. So for example, if you put for like Sparkle, who the fuck knew that like 2-3 patches down we have Robin, right? So you would never know like what are they releasing. We don't know what's gonna be 3.2, 3.3, or 3.4. We only know like 3B and MyDay. So like it's impossible to predict. But my point for this entire argument was, you wouldn't need to predict if you already have a plan in the first place. Because
what do you mean?
Even if you didn't know what was coming out, right? This problem will only be a problem if you were greedy or stupid enough to basically dump all the Synergates and pull for all these banners. Would you agree with that?
Sorry, can you say that again?
You will only have a problem and you couldn't pull all these strong units because you ran out of Synergates. You didn't have enough to pull for the strong units. know how strong they are. You just need to know that the moment they reveal that they're strong, you have the resources to prove for them. And the people that don't have them probably just were stupid or they were too greedy and they just spent it on these random battles.
I ain't gonna lie, maybe I'm just like dented as fuck right now, but I don't know what you're saying, to be honest.
Okay, then
I might be dented. Yo, chat, can you guys like word it in a way that I can understand? Because I'm gonna give you like a TLDR. No. We need to talk about this.
You put for team 1 4 different units.
Okay.
Right. You see that. Okay, let's just pull up. Okay, can you pull up my this warp tracker thing? Wait, let me dump it in your in your chat. This website, it shows you the warp history of every single Honkai style unit ever since 1.0. Do you see it?
Warp tracker. Did you send me a DM?
I sent it in the chat. We have a shared chat, right?
No, we don't.
Oh, we don't?
Yeah.
Oh shit, my bad. Wait, why are we not sharing chat? Yo, share chat so we can kill all the box people.
Oh, okay, all right. Hey, this is no longer civil. We're killing each other now. How do I chat? Boom. Oh, it's war. Oh fuck, it's fucking war now. Oh shit. Yo, chat, spam buh. Just fuck it. Just spam buh. That's it. All right. So do you want me to put my own in this or?
No. That's the link, and you can just kind of see it for yourself.
All right, let's see.
There's this like character event warp. You can say show more banners, and it will show you every single banner from 1.0 to Fugue. Do you see it?
Show more banners. Oh, there you go.
Like
all right. Oh, there you go. Let's fucking go. Also, are chats even shared right now? I don't think they're shared right now. I think I didn't accept it.
I think you have to make them shared. I think it's on you. I think. Where do you see it?
Such a boomer, bro.
Oh,
this is insane.
It's shared now. Okay,
oh my god, it's on him, bro. This fucker, bro.
Die, kill them.
Chat, can you get 50 get subs? We'll win if we get more get subs.
Kill, die.
It's your fault if something, if a big drama comes out of this.
Okay, wait.
Yep.
Okay, I think this video is coming out tomorrow if my editor can cook it up fast enough. But like, I really don't view this as like a war, unless you want to view this.
No.
A video
I'll be honest. Like,
I do think that this is a pretty interesting discussion video, and we haven't had this for a long time. Like, really just talk about this kind of thing, because I think a lot of creators has been saying that, oh my god, power creep in Honkai stories is just getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And I do want to open the floor for discussion, which is why my initial tweet was like, change my mind. Unfortunately, until this day, my mind has not changed yet. So
really?
I'm just waiting for somebody to be the guy. Yeah, at all, absolutely not. Because a lot of the arguments, I basically just gunned them all down because I was charging my out and I came prepared, right? Okay, but back to the original point, which is also Gacha's next point. Players wouldn't know what banners would be good in the future, right? So if you take a look at it, we won't talk about everything. So between 1.0 through 1.6, which is true from Scylla all the way up to Ranmei. Ranmei is gonna be my benchmark because Ranmei has like one of the highest ownership rates in Honkai Starbucks. So like almost 90% of players have Ranmei.
Really? 90%?
Players. Yeah, almost everyone in Honkai Starbucks has Ranmei, right? Including after the rerun. So like almost everybody got the strategies to prove Ranmei, which means that by the time Ranmei rolled around, players would have the strategies to get her. So this means that between Scylla to like Argenti, you would have options to decide which banners to pull. So the inherent argument that you don't know how strong a future character is going to be, if you just take a look at from Scylla up to Argenti, out of all these 14 different banners, 10 of those are DPS. Then you have one Luocha, one Fusion, one Silwolf, and one Huehue. So realistically, if you are somebody that actually, I'm not saying like stupid, right? Because people are too offended. If you are someone that's smart, you will realize that you don't need all these DPS banners. So there were a lot of opportunities for a player to basically just skip them and just choose the unit that they wanna, lock down in. And then when Ranmei goes around, they prove Ranmei, and that's where the whole 2.0 patch comes out, right? There's Robin, there's Acheron, there's Aventurine, Fei Xiao, Jing Liu, Boot Hill, Super Ray. Okay, so all that rolled around, it still doesn't really change the fact that you basically just need these 2 core teams, and you're settled. So for players that lack the how do I call this?
Just call them dumb. They're dumb enough to not recognize the patterns.
It's like, it's not like they're dumb, right? I think they do get baited quite easily. I think players that play gacha, they get baited quite easily because every single time a new banner comes out, they always push an MOC buff or like whatever endgame buff that makes them like super strong. Yeah. Right? Since 1.0, this has been a thing. So I think majority of player base simply is, oh shit, this brand new banner right now makes this brand new unit super strong because the MOC buff is tailored to them. So most players will probably want to pull that because they see this banner unit is so strong. But when in reality, the moment this buff goes away, their performance goes down considerably compared to with the buff. And this cycle just rinses and repeats itself, where players will always get like tempted to pull for these brand new units when in reality they really don't need it. You don't need 10 different teams to clear every single map of chaos. You really just need like 2 or maybe 3 teams hyper invested, and that team can just clear everything. A prime example is DOT. I think a lot of people keep shitting on DOT and like the dog shit or whatever, but there are still to this day like DOT mains that can use DOT to clear all endgame content. Because if the argument was true that DOT is shit, it's useless, then there wouldn't be any DOT clears, which is not the case. So yeah.
Do you think power creep is bad though? Like, I know that you think that you know, it can be like mitigated like pretty heavily, right? But do you think it's like bad to the point where it's kind of like difficult for, let's say, like a free-to-play player to like clear the content?
Okay, first of all, when it exists, yes, I already affirmed that.
Oh yeah, I know, you know that is.
Nobody, and it's crazy because like fuckers like fucking VXV and Tectone, they're just running down like lies.
Wait, what are they saying?
And just put, like for example, like VXV, right? Bro put a video and just like didn't just say what? Put my face and Honkai Star Rail has no power creep. Then Tectone put out an exact same video and then he put on my face Honkai Star Rail has no power creep. So like these people
that's great.
Just lie for fun.
That's great.
Yeah. So like,
well, to be fair to them,
CC, yeah.
To be fair to them, I also kind of interpreted it like that, and I think a lot of other people did too. Like, I think even if you remove like the whole, they're still what? Honkai Star has a power creep problem. If only you allow it to happen.
If you have a comprehension problem of my first 5 words, Honkai Star has a power creep problem, it is literally me verbatim saying Honkai Star has a power creep problem, and you could somehow misinterpret that, then like they are stupid.
But the second part, only if you allow it to happen, which means you can like get rid of it. That implies you can like get rid of it.
You can get rid of the problem. You can't get rid of the power creep because power creep exists no matter what. But whether or not a power creep is a problem to you, it depends on the player. And unfortunately, majority of gacha players, they are not smart enough to make this not a problem. Because that's why you don't see majority of players playing DOT or Scylla or Jingyu nowadays, right? They are in the very minority base of people that still play Jingyu, Scylla, and DOT. It's not to say they're unviable, but most of them don't, because most players would just pull for the latest thing and then just move on. And then these are all the same people that chase all the brand units and then they complain, oh my god, why is it so hard now? Just because they are in the minority doesn't mean that they are any less right. Which is why, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, but I will agree. I'm pretty sure that VXV and Tectone, they probably did like, you know, they did it for the thumbnail. But yeah, no, absolutely. But I would still say that, yeah, because only if you allow it to happen implies that, yeah, you can stop it if you wanted to. So just like straight up get rid of. I don't know, maybe a difference of interpretation, but if I interpret it this way, I think a lot of other people would too. I'm judging from like all the engagements. I'm sure a lot of people also saw it that way. So I think this is just like a fucking sentence malfunction or whatever. Yeah, the wording could have been a little bit better. Also with like the, you know, the greed and stupidity thing. I'm surprised you talked to Jenzad, by the way.
Yeah, dude, everyone got in. This is my second biggest tweet I've ever made in my entire life. Yeah, everybody got in crazy. But okay, yeah, but how would you have worded it?
Honkai Star Rail has a power creep problem, but you can mitigate it if you were just, you know, more careful about choosing which characters you want to pull for, and like, I don't know, like more analytical or something like that. Also, I would probably get rid of the greedy and stupid part, because people.
Nah, first of all, that's way too long. And second of all, people will
that's like a one sentence.
No, okay, I guarantee you people will still misinterpret it, because from the way you phrase it, Honkai Star Rail has a power creep problem, but you can mitigate it, right? You said that. Then people will still think that, oh, you can stop this power creep.
No, mitigate means just like slow down.
Yeah, but like it doesn't matter, because like they will still think that you can control power creep, which is not something you can control. It is more about the problem. And the problem is the one that you can control. So like there really isn't too big of a difference here. It's just that yours probably is less nuclear. Yours is a more chill guy. But the point still stands.
Okay, so right here, the interpretation is you can stop it. Okay, so again, my interpretation, and I think a lot of other people's do, is you can stop it completely. Which is why I guess VXV and Tectone, even though it might be like exaggerated, they did say like, oh yeah, this guy thinks power creep doesn't exist. But mitigate is to just like slow it down, which means not fully stopping it, but you can still make like choices that, you know, make it so it's not that bad. So the difference is slowing it down and completely getting rid of it.
Okay, here's the thing though. You can completely get rid of the power creep problem.
Yeah.
If you were smart and not greedy. Because
we say can or can't?
Of getting rid, you can. Yes, you can. Because the
Complete.
definition of
Okay.
getting rid of completely. Because the definition is if you were to get rid of this problem, it means that your account will have no issues clearing endgame content. And you can in fact do this even with old units if you were smart about your decision making when it comes to your pools. So yes, you can. Because the other factor, right, is you mitigate it. You mitigate it. If you were to mitigate it, but it's still a problem, it means that you can't clear endgame content with your old units, which is not true. Because you can clear endgame with all these old units. Yeah.
So sorry, just one more. I might have heard wrong, but you can or cannot get rid of power creep if you're smart enough.
You
I guess.
cannot get rid of power creep, but you can get rid of the power creep problem to your account. Like
To
power
your
creep
account,
exists.
yes, to your account, but it doesn't apply to everyone
Power
else.
creep exists. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, power creep exists. But whether or not power creep will affect your account, like to such point that it's a problem, that's on you.
Okay, so it's a personal thing. That would make more sense, but I think again, like the wording, it's like I don't know.
Nah, no man, I just think you're being racist, man. You're
I'm just being racist.
You me no speak English. 我不会说英文. You trying to just fucking say that I'm racist. You trying to gaslight me.
Oh my bad. Oh shit. Oh shit. My bad. Oh no.
You're trying to be racist, yeah, bro. You're literally trying to gaslight me thinking my English is bad and I misconstructed my points. Where my point is exactly as is. There is no misconstruction. This is exactly what I mean. And if people misinterpret it, that's on them.
Okay, wait. No. Hold on. I don't think that's on them. I really don't think it's on them. So you're saying that I know what you're you know what you mean, right? But you gotta understand, like to a lot of other people, like this means you can get rid of power creep. So I think a lot of misinterpretation comes from that, because I read this, you know, and I'm like, oh, so you can just like get rid of power creep. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Jenzad said, don't put an EO. Bro, EO types a 1,000 word essay. The whole thing can be fucking seen as like a literature piece to analyze it. This is a single sentence. There really isn't too many rooms to misinterpret this. I really feel that people just got offended, particularly because of the last line. And now people are trying to gaslight me into saying that my point is wrong, when in reality is they got offended because I called them stupid. It is just that simple.
Let me try. So I understand your point. I'm not trying to like misdirect your point. I'm just trying to explain to you like how other people could have like seen it as like that, and that's why there's like so much traction. Like I think I still, again, even if you did like remove the part about like either greedy or stupidity, I think people still would have been mad. Definitely a lot less traction, but people still would have been mad and still would have like interpreted it wrong. I don't think they were like blinded by rage when they were like reading, oh my god, he called me stupid or greedy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people would naturally, but I think a lot of people were also.
Most people would. I would say most people would.
It is on Twitter. It's really hard to say like how much, but there's definitely would still be some. Like your point does make your point makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Your point makes a lot more sense now that you're like explaining it, I guess. But from I guess this is like two little words, like I don't know.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sarah of the Lake. The better wording is I add a comma.
A comma?
I add a comma to split up this line, and this changes everything. So HSR has power creep. It is only a problem if you allow it to happen by greed or dum-dum.
A comma?
So
I don't think that would have fixed anything.
Do you see my stream?
Let me pull it up.
Sarah suggests I worded it as this instead.
Honkai Star has power creep. It is only a. Yeah, actually, that does solve it.
Oh, so it's because of a comma.
Yeah, no, it actually makes it a lot fucking better.
Okay.
Okay, oh wait, sure. Did you add it is? Hold on, let me see.
Okay, yeah, comma and it is.
Yeah.
Comma and it
that
is.
actually fixes like most of it actually. Like, not actually all of it. All of it. It fixes like all of it.
You guys are just fucking gaslighting. Like,
No,
yes,
I'm not, dude. That's how English works.
90% of the point would have still stand. This is exactly what I meant, but people are just sensitive because I called them stupid. Like, I'm dying on this hill.
No, because the point in this sentence is Honkai Star Rail has power creep, but then like in here it implies that you can stop it like completely if you know, just said stop and changed it yourself. You know.
Yeah, this point is still thing. It is only a problem if you allow it to happen, which is you can stop it completely if you were not greedy or dumb.
It is only a problem if you allow it to happen by greedy or yeah, like the comma changes like a lot. Also, like it is only a problem if it like.
Okay,
it's really
okay. Wait, sorry. Okay, your chat. The amount of fucking retards they are trying to guess. I mean, they think I have an English problem is ridiculous, because this does not change anything at all if you add this one point. Because the main point data still stands. It has everything to do with the fact that power creep exists, and it has nothing to do with the fact that the sentences changes from adding 2 letters and 1 alphabet.
Okay, so
Here's what it is.
from those little changes, the structure of the sentence completely just like alters, because Honkai Star Rail has power creep, comma, you know, this just says, you know, Honkai Star Rail, yeah, has power creep. It is only a problem if you allow it to if you allow it to happen by greed or dumb.
Yep.
You know,
the point still stands. What changes is the tone. I'll give it to that. And I also admit I could have made my tone better, but the point would have been exactly the same. It is crazy how so many people in chat are trying to guess. I'm thinking my point changes. Nope, the point changes nothing. It is just the tone. And then if you want to talk about the tone, sure, I could have phrased it nicer so that I would be less offensive. But last time I checked, Western CCs are, you know, not that easily offended, right? So, or has this changed? Or is chat suddenly all daisy snowflakes now?
okay, so goddamn. The sentence, or like the second part, which is it is only a problem if you allow it to happen, is insinuating that it only becomes a oh god, this is so weird to explain. But the first point, I might have to like write a whole fucking thing about this. I guess like English is really just like that fucking, you know, retarded. But you know, it does change a lot, like the way that this one is like worded. Like goddamn.
Okay, but
there has to be like someone else in chat that can like explain it better to me, because you know, just explaining the English language is just so.
I really think the reason why it's getting like so difficult is because people are trying to nitpick points, and they are trying to make it feel that I misconstrued my points wrongly, and if I were to make this change in my tone, everything makes sense. But when in reality, the point has always been the same. They were offended at the start because, you know, I called them stupid, which most gacha players are. Nobody needs to, you know, down the hill.
Yeah, true.
But if I had just changed my tone, none of this would have happened. And if people can accept that, we can all just move on this. It is really just that simple.
I think it's too late for that now, because you know, look at the fucking
yeah, it's fine.
50, yeah,
I can 1v1. Yeah, absolutely. It's completely cheap. Yeah.
Oh, but I can't believe Tacto and Via already made a video on that, man. Fuck, I'm gonna have to like watch it later.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Are you gonna get in call with like Gacha Smack and like go through like the whole?
Oh, I called a public call out like towards the end of the video. I welcome any content creators to call me at any time if y'all want to talk about it. Unless you just want you know, start war for like the sake of starting war, then there's no point having a conversation. Because I do want to have the whole thing is trying to change my mind. But the thing is, people are not trying to change my mind if they want to start war. They just want to start war because they want to form engagement. Then there's no point. But if you actually want to, you know, talk about it, I'm all ears, right? I'm all ears.
All right. So you don't think power creep is that bad, right? Can I make things clear? Like, or like if you
power creep is not what?
Sweat hard enough, it's not that bad, right?
Power creep is bad, but it's not a problem if you were smart about it.
Okay.
Yeah, like basically if I change this, instead of saying greedy or stupid, I say it's not a problem if you were smart about it. We wouldn't be having this conversation. But the point is entirely the same.
Okay. If you were smart about it, yeah, you can definitely mitigate it like a shit ton, I guess. Yeah. But I think a lot of new, or just like a lot of players in general, don't like sweating that much, or like sweating how, like who to pull for, like the characters that they're pulling for, like the longevity of them. So naturally, like I feel like almost like 99% of players just won't even like do anything like that, which is why I feel like it lies more on Honkai Star Rail's, like the devs' faults, right, for making the game this way, because it didn't always used to be like this. I think the growth of power creep exploded way too fucking fast. Like one mock, it's completely fine. The next mock, boom, the HP just goes by like 10 trillion%, and there's like it doesn't give a lot of room for adaptation for like their or their players, or like their characters.
Okay, Boxer, what do you think about this current mock?
What'd you say?
What do you think about this current Memory of Chaos?
Very HP inflated.
Do you think it's worse than the previous one?
I don't even remember the previous one. This one was harder though. It took me more cycles to clear this one than the last one. Yeah, for me.
Would you be surprised to know that? Would you be surprised to know that most people actually found this easier?
Yeah, no. A lot of people in my chat said it was easier. For me personally, though, it wasn't, because it took me more cycles. The last one was actually like a. I don't remember how much I did it in, but it was easier than this one.
Fine. Okay, this is like nothing to do with like whether you're good or bad at the game, but the reason why HP inflation, when it's taking a look at just a HP inflation standpoint, is because it doesn't account any of the Memory of Chaos buffs. That's the thing. So like this current mock, the trotters, they help a lot. So it ends up being a scenario where getting a 0 cycle is much harder now because there are less trotters. But it is now even easier to 3-star because the trotters do so much damage and you can keep refreshing them wave after wave after wave. Yeah. So even though yes, HP inflation is thing, technically the difficulty of this has been lowered. If you want to talk about it that way. Yeah.
All right. I actually didn't know that. I'll give you that point because I didn't know about like the whole. The more trotters, so like the more time goes on, it's actually like easier to like.
No, you're chilling. But yeah, absolutely. I do agree that power creep, you know, like fucking face outs, multipliers, hurt us, and hunt skill literally does more damage than face out. You know, the power creep is 100% a thing, and I fully acknowledge that. It's just that it wouldn't be a problem for your account if you were smart about it. Okay, I'm still gonna say greedy and stupid because it clearly triggers a lot of people. I'm just saying if you were smart about it, it wouldn't be a problem for you.
No, you should stand your ground though, bro. Like fuck those guys. You 1v9.
Okay, yeah. If you're greedy or stupid, then it's a problem. Fuck you guys. Absolutely.
All right, bro. I'll convert, bro. I got your back. Fuck them, man. Yeah, they're just dumb as fuck. They don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, I think definitely the wording is what got you the most in trouble because I think a lot of people interpreted it like the way that I did. Yeah, because I think your point actually makes a lot more sense now. Although like not fully agree, I guess is it does make a lot more sense, and it probably wouldn't have even caught like any attention at all if you just like said it. I guess the Sarah way.
Hey there, where's the fun in that, right?
Huh?
Where's the fun in that?
Where's the fun in? Yo, true. You're so fucking right, man. You're so fucking right.
Absolutely, bro.
Damn.
Absolutely.
Instigating shit.
People the thing is, if I were to word it in a more nuanced and like more chill way, it wouldn't have brought about such a big discussion topic, and a lot less people would start to get defensive. Less people will get defensive.
Yeah.
But this also leads to the point getting reached across to less audiences, even though the point stands exactly the same. So I do think that bringing this up, it opens up for a better conversation environment where more ideas can be shared.
Because it reaches more people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro is just farming there. All right. Hey, I respect it. I'll do the same. Hey, I'd do the same, man. Yeah, I mean, that's at the cost of like a lot more people being blinded by their rage because you called them stupid and shit.
A lot of people were blinded by their rage, absolutely. But the thing is, whether or not I'm farming or not with that statement, my point definitely still stands though. And even if my point stands, there will still be a lot of people that will feel I'm wrong. Because of things like, free to play to have enough pools, or like you can't predict what's the future banners, or like, you shouldn't be putting for islands. Like there are a lot of points that will still go against my original intention. It's just that I phrased it more provocatively. It taunted more people. So.
Oh yeah, no AOE taunt. Yeah. I mean, at least you have like a chance to, now you can hop on with all these CCs and like explain like your point of view like a little bit more, I guess. So like better than at least the tweet, because this tweet did.
I feel like you might not be the last one. I'd probably have to call Jenzad, I have to call Gajasman, I have to call Tecton, I have to call like everyone.
Oh yeah, no, you're gonna have a whole fucking train ran on you.
Yeah, I already have the 1v9 and all that. I don't even know how long this is gonna last, but.
Oh, you will have to 1v9, man. Good fucking luck.
I literally think 95% of this, 90 to 95% of this, is literally just the wording. 100%. I really do. And it's not because, I'm, maybe I'm racist, ESL Chinese guy, or, Singaporean, it's like certain languages, language barrier. That's not what I'm saying. It is literally a language barrier of like, it feels like what you were doing is blaming the player for not preventing power creep completely. You know what I mean? Like, I think I heard a little bit of the explanation later. I think what you're saying makes sense, right? And I think a lot of people would probably agree with you that you can mitigate some of the power creep, right? Like you can clear the hard content with your team that isn't optimized, right?
Yep.
But the problem is people read it and they're like, oh, so the only reason power creep exists is because I'm an idiot. That's how they read it as.
Yeah.
Right? The only reason that power creep exists. No, it's not the. Well, the thing is, it makes it more offensive because the way it's worded makes it sound like the only reason power creep exists is because I'm dumb, not that power creep exists, but I can help mitigate it unless I'm dumb.
I mean, I feel like it's really not on me if they think power creep exists or doesn't exist when I literally say power creep problem. I don't think I could have phrased it any other better.
Well, no, but you see, they read it as Honkai Star has a power creep problem if I'm dumb. That's how people read it.
Yep.
Right?
And that's exactly what I mean. Honkai Star has a power creep problem if you are dumb. And I mean exactly
the thing is, it still has power creep though, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's 100% power creep. Yeah, absolutely.
You see, here's the thing. You're 100% right, but people read it as you saying power creep only exists if I'm dumb.
Yeah.
You
So
see what I'm saying? Like that's how people kind of read it. Well, that's not what
no,
you're
but
saying, but that's
yeah,
how
that's what
people will
that's what it
interpret
reads as.
Right.
Okay,
And the thing is, like,
okay, yeah.
well,
Go for it, yeah.
well, I just want to say, and the person who makes a point will always be able to understand their words a lot better than everyone else, right? And so that's why so many CCs were probably like saying random stuff on Twitter and getting on you. It's like, I mean, so many people misinterpreted your point that. Is it that everyone else misinterpreted it, or could you maybe have worded it a little bit better that would have made more sense? That's kind of how I see it, right? I mean, I'm not like, the thing is, MrPokke, like, look, I misword stuff all the time and I go, okay, never mind, I mean this instead. And it's like, no sweat, right? I just think maybe it was a little bit of miswording, and there's no problem with that, man. Like,
no, but in his case, it's kind of too late to go back because the fucking tweet has like 500k impressions now. It's like,
but who cares? It's Twitter. It doesn't matter.
That is
Now,
true.
okay,
You're
Jenzad,
right.
let me ask you. So let's just say if I were to make it abundantly clear in this one tweet that I acknowledge Honkai Star's power creep exists, but the power creep problem will only happen if you are dumb or stupid or greedy. Do you think it will still spark war?
Well, I think instead of wording it power creep problem, you should say like you can mitigate the power creep by being better, or like by not being an idiot. I think if you said that, it would still be aggressive, and I think way less people would still be mad though.
But the point is exactly the same though.
It is.
But the wording.
Okay, if the point is
But
exactly
the wording
the
is
same,
really important.
if the point is exactly the same and the wording is what causes it, then it is people getting offended and they are trying to, argue with emotions and not logic at the
Yes,
point.
but like when you
Well,
word
the
it
thing is,
like
people are not able to interpret your point the way you want it to be read, right? Like you are saying the right thing, but people aren't able to interpret it in that way, so they see it as you attacking everybody. Like you're not attacking just the idiots, you're attacking like everybody is how people see it,
yeah. And like if you word it like nicer,
I feel like most of the offense is because they do feel that I'm calling them if they are,
totally.
especially
Yeah.
if they are calling. Like for example, if I were to use this point to another like free play or whatever, but they can clear off the endgame content because they invest in DOT, then this point wouldn't be relevant and they wouldn't get pissed off, even though the point exactly stands because they know that their account is fine. But because there's so many like these casual waifu chasers that at the same time they want to pull everyone, but also want to 3-star with no effort. That's the same people that will get offended no matter what.
Well, I will say this though, I don't think any content creators would have gone on your back about this if you had worded it slightly differently though. I think people still would have been mad. No one likes being called dumb.
Nah,
right?
I don't know, man. I think people that want to Star Wars, they will always just want to Star Wars.
Okay, well, I mean,
okay, at this point, it's like hindsight 2020. Like nobody would know at this point. But I really feel that if people wanted to find a reason to be offended, they would be offended regardless. Whether or not I phrase it nice or whatever, it would still get people offended. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
it definitely would have cushioned it though.
100%. Yeah, some people definitely. I mean, look, you're going after some people, right?
No, I'm not going after anyone. I just brought up
no one in particular,
points,
but
like,
you're attacking anyone who's dumb, right? You're attacking the people who are dumb and casual.
Yeah, it's the
right?
people who can't clear. Yeah.
I'm not attacking them. I'm just calling it as is. And majority of players that play gacha game, they are dumb and casual. You're just calling it as this. But you are part of the minority if you are able to build your account to the point where, oh my god, you optimize it. You are definitely part of the minority. Doesn't mean that the majority, just because the majority are dumb, it means that they're all suddenly smart.
Okay, but you're calling it as it is, but it's still it's still an attack.
Dumb,
you know.
It's still, it's still like
You can call it as it is,
I mean,
but
Okay,
me
like, here's a
calling
random
someone
example.
stupid is an
Right.
attack, then sure, I attack them by calling them
On the
stupid.
internet it is, yeah.
That's horrible. Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, though, right? There's no one wants to be called dumb. Right?
Especially
so,
on the
of
internet.
course, people are gonna be like unhappy either way, right?
Yeah, and that is where the whole thing comes back down to. People are offended that I called them dumb, and their logic for defending why they are not dumb, it doesn't hold. It doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
Because their reasoning is like, oh, because I want to prove all these waifus, but I want to skip meta, and yet I still want a 3-star. It doesn't prove that they are not dumb. It proves that they are dumb. So my point has like zero change.
When I was reading
Racist
your
against Eastern Asian, yeah, that's it.
when I was reading your replies, I didn't see any of that. I didn't see anyone who was like,
nah, racist. I love racist person. He's the best. Absolutely.
oh, great.
Anyone who disagrees is racist. That should have been your next tweet right under it.
I mean, Pokke, can I ask you, like, how many people was it that was like using the point like, I want to pull for waifus and you know, why can't I clear meta? Because I would imagine I didn't see anyone like that. At least like when I was reading.
No, there's a lot. Okay, there's
a
one
lot.
guy that raged so hard he deleted everything.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like one of the many. So like, I feel like there are a lot of players in Honkai Star that do not care for meta, right? They are very casual.
Oh, yeah.
They just want to prove a waifu. And majority of these people, they probably wouldn't even care about like endgame, right? Less than 10% clear of Chaos 12, whatever. But there is still this group of people, which is they don't care about meta. They want to pull waifu, but then they still want to get 3 stars. There's the group of people that are like being loud. Because if they were casual and they didn't care about meta, then they wouldn't be affected by this post. Because they know they're happy doing their waifus and whatever, they wouldn't be bothered. And then on the flip side is that if they're smart and they care about meta and they're not chasing waifus, then they also wouldn't be offended by this post. Because they are smart and this post is not offended. So the only people that are like really getting offended is I pull everything and I want everything and I should be entitled to all these 3 stars. And I am cooking these people directly. So yeah.
Well, the thing is, I totally agree with that because, I mean, plenty of people are casual, and gacha players are probably the most greedy people I've ever seen in terms of they want to do nothing but get everything.
Absolutely.
I've never seen a community that was as greedy as gacha. Like,
absolutely.
They will do the absolute minimum, pull their character, will be level 1, they're like, I can't even fucking clear this content, bro, this is bullshit. Like, they have no idea what they're doing. Absolutely. Yep. I totally agree with you shitting on those people because fuck them. I fucking hate these people. They're so fucking worthless. They're the reason why gacha games are made for babies. That's why this game's so damn easy and there's no skill needed because these people exist and they're probably the majority of players, right?
Yep, exactly. And you know, that's the
you know,
entire premise of this whole thing. I'm cooking these players that want everything. They want to have their cake and eat it at the same time. Yeah, absolutely. I'm cooking.
Yeah, and you see, I totally agree with you. I just think that the whole point was just, I think the wording made it so that people thought you were talking about essentially everybody and not just those fucking morons. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the only difference. And like, yeah, you still would have gotten some blowback. I mean, come on, let's be honest, right? But I just think it would have been less of a thing is all.
Oh, way less.
I just think it's a small thing and, you know, just
really
wording.
Maybe it's on me that I expected the internet to have a little bit more like self-awareness of whether or not I'm referring to them. But
well, the thing is, I read it. When I read it, I was kind of like, Honkai Star, like, also, especially, a lot of people are not really going to dissect a tweet and really, people are going to read it over, they just go, Honkai Star is a power creep problem only if you allow it to happen. Oh, so I let it happen, it's my fault? Like that, like, no one's going to be like, okay, let me really understand this tweet. Bro, it's Twitter. People are just like scrolling down, they see like, there's a problem if I allow it to happen? What is I'm greedy and stupid? Fuck you! Like, that's the first thing anyone's going to, you know, say.
Okay, but you see, that's exactly like one of the reasons why we're here, right? It's because they wouldn't take the time to sit down and think about it, like just
you gotta spell it out
seconds.
for the examples,
so
right?
It's on me whether I want to go ahead and elaborate on the tweet itself, or do I elaborate it in a 1 hour and 45-minute video? And I chose the latter.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. It's like, what more is there to dissect?
I'm not upset. I'm not upset that people are angry. In fact, the very reason that they're angry is the reason why I came in the video in the first place. So I'm not upset at that. Yeah.
No, but I think there's nothing to dissect there. It's just like Honkai Star has a problem, and only if you allow it to happen. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, what I don't really see like what else people have to like dissect in here. It's like, it is what it is right here. There's like no further elaborations. It's just
the dissection is whether or not people think this statement was referring to them or like calling them stupid. Because if they take a step back and they just look it out, you're either a casual waifu player that don't care about meta, then it wouldn't apply to you. If you're a meta chaser that don't care about meta and you want to be optimized, then this wouldn't apply to you. So the only camp that, after you dissect it, is you want everything without spending money. while being entitled, then that's the one that we'll be referring to.
Yeah, I mean, when I read it, I honestly misinterpreted it as well. I would like to think that I have a pretty good grasp on the English language. You know, man, shut up, ESL. Like, what the hell?
It's crazy.
No, but
it's crazy.
like, I do think that just the way it's worded, you know, I just think that's all it was. Really, I don't think your point is even wrong at all. I just think it's literally like, you know, it's worded.
Okay, I do
easily
think that
misinterpreted by people.
even if they were to interpret my point as like the way it's meant to be interpreted,
Yeah,
I
a
think
lot would still be mad.
people,
I understand.
yeah, a lot of people will still be mad. And this will
also
be
the reason
happening. Yeah, because I'm gonna post that video really soon, and people will still be mad.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The reason I said your point in EO is that EO will say something, and then everyone else will interpret it one way, and he'll say, "You're wrong. I meant it this way." That's what I meant by point in EO, where like, you know, it's not about like you're wrong or anything like that. It's just like he'll say something, every other person will think he means this thing, and he goes, "No, I'm right. You guys just were misinterpreted it, right?" And it's like, no, you could have just explained it differently. Like, that's what I meant by that too.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess at this point I'm just gonna have to wait and see like how many people are gonna see
It's
this.
really not that big of a deal anyways.
It really isn't.
Like, who
But if you just like,
cares? It's
yeah.
like,
No, I think to be fair, it's probably gonna. Maybe it's not big of a deal as in like it's gonna like fucking cause war and everyone's gonna like
Yeah,
kill
definitely
everyone.
not.
I think it's more like it will definitely spark a discussion as to this whole power creep thing in Honkai style, because I think the narrative has always been Honkai style's power creep is like very bad and like people should be like quitting the game, like no free to plays can survive, which isn't true because there are a lot of free to plays that have survived and they are continuing to survive. In fact, some of them are doing even better than people that spend money on this game, because there's a difference between the minority that's smart and the majority that dumb. So me bringing up this point, it will make the community a little bit more self-aware and probably bring up their discussions going forward in the future.
Bro is like, oh, you know, it's just a little thing. Tip the first domino, leading to like a content creator's suicide and the end of his career. Or something.
And it's gonna
like,
be
just,
me.
Like, it's gonna end up in the most insane, like explosion at the end of all time.
We'll see. I'm not really sure who can have this like discussion though, because I think like y'all both don't really like spend that much time on like this whole kind of thing. Kind of like
I actually like Honkai Star Rail a lot, but I just don't really play it right now at all. I want to wait for 3.0.
Yeah, fucking cruel body, goddamn cruel body.
Yeah, fucking Crowbot, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say
well,
that.
the thing is, like,
just, you know, if you're gonna be like talking to a lot of people, and I think a lot of people might have a bias against you just because of like this whole wording thing, which, to be honest, caused like most of like the
just Chinese, you know,
cause most of like the things against you. So
it's full force.
It's gonna be a lot of bias. Even if you are right on some points, just expect like, you know, people are going to, you know.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just gonna.
You're gonna see
I'll see what people have to say. Yeah. Okay, Twitter is like one thing. It's like phase 1. And then phase 2 is the video, and then there's gonna be a phase 3 where I already planned out, like, it's called the Red Race project, but that will be something else in the future. Yeah, I planned it out. Bro, I've been cooking this for like about a week. Like before I type that statement, I already know I have the data, like the number of pulls, the statistics. I know how many pulls it
It's
takes.
some Mikado avocado kind of shit.
Yeah, it's like, I just kind of want to
What you're
see
gonna reveal in the end is you're gonna like peel away the thing, and it'll turn out you've been free to play the whole time on your main account. The entire time you've been free to play, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Like, it's a big reveal.
Someone in chat, sorry, let me read. He says, "Can we drop this wording blame and address his point?" So his point was that you can make. Okay, let me just write. Your point was you can make.
Let me say it from my understanding.
So I agree with his point. It's just that the wording was really bad. That caused most of the problems.
Honkai Star Rail has power creep. Factually, it has power creep. Enemies are becoming tankier and characters are becoming stronger. However, you can mitigate that power creep by essentially being smarter with your pulls and managing your characters better, where you're not just pulling for everything that you want, but you're pulling for things that will be better for your team and better for clearing the difficult content. That is essentially his full point.
So we agree. I mean, you agree, right, Jenzad? Yeah, it's just that it's the wording that was the main problem. So after we got that point through, like we're like, oh shit, I guess, you know, you meant this. It does make sense. Now we just have to like tackle the wording because that's what caused like everything, you know.
I mean, well, since you're saying it's like a whole discussion, I mean, what I will say is that Memory of Chaos is, or like the power creep problem in Honkai Star Rail doesn't realistically matter that much because there isn't that much content to power creep anyways, right? It's like like it's not really even that big of a deal if it power creeps in that game because it's such a small facet. And let's say someone can't clear Memory of Chaos, they just lost out on nothing. Pulling a character for Memory of Chaos, you just lost so many more pulls than you gain. It's not even worth it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You get nothing.
And a lot of people are just saying, like, oh, I need a clear MOC like 36 every single day. When like in reality, the amount it took for you to get that extra like what 80% of Jakes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
People will lose their shit and be like, this is so fucking bullshit. This is so unfair over like a fourth of a pull or something like that. Like literally, like if you just go to your local vending machine and put your hand under the fucking vending machine, you just got more money than what you just got clearing that bullshit.
No, I mean,
over that shit.
I mean, at that point, I think people just want to win, and it's not really for the Jades, but I think their ego gets a little hurt.
Gacha players are fucking pathetic. That's the reality. As a gacha player, I can say this, okay? It's like, you know, like you can be racist towards your own kind or something. It's like I can say this about gacha players because I am one. All right, gacha players are
you know what?
pathetic, greedy animals. All right.
True. As a gacha player myself, I would say that all gacha players hate this one specific race, and I will say it in a later video.
Oh.
Yeah, I can say it because we're all gacha players, and I'm a gacha player too, so I can speak for everyone.
Wait, that's not.
What? No, that's no. What do you mean? Me and you were in the same boat.
Wait, he's dragging me down with him. What the fuck?
I mean, we're
together,
both
right? You agreed on the earlier stuff, right?
Yeah, we agreed.
You guys ever have wait, off topic? You guys ever have that thing where like someone will say two things you agree with? You're like, yeah, I'm totally on board, and the third thing is like wildly insane. You're like, wait, I'm not with this guy. Fuck this guy. Wait a minute, guys. I have nothing to do with him.
It never happened to me, to be honest.
Really? That's like that?
No, it never happened to me.
It would be like, you know, it's like Memory of Chaos could be way better. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Honkai Star Wars Power Creep. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Fuck this race. They should have. Wait a minute. Hold up, buddy. Wait a second. Wait, I'm not with this guy, man. Wait a minute, bro.
Would you have like points that you would try to change though?
Of what
Like
you're saying?
to debate my point that like power creep is a problem if you
No,
The
I
thing
wouldn't.
is, what I would say, well, I guess the one debate thing I would say is that, yeah, you can play around power creep, but it still existing is an inexcusable problem with the game. It's something that has to be fixed,
Wait,
essentially, and like.
Okay, but how do you
like,
fix this in a gacha game though? Because like it
Well, the
happens
thing is-
everywhere.
Okay, I actually think there's a really big way they can. They need to add more depth to the game. The thing is, right now in Honkai Star Rail, like, the game is so simple that there's no reason to have different teams, different characters, other things like that. You can't really make all these different comps either because you kind of need certain, you know what I mean? Like, this is my summoner comp or whatever. This is my super break comp. If you add more depth to the game, like, remember how people used to pull all these different characters for different elements, like DPS, so that they could take out certain fights? Well, you don't even need that. Like, that was the only depth in the game. And now that doesn't even really exist in the game, because you have characters like, you know, Acheron just kills any element, or like Firefly kills anything. So if you add more depth to the game, I think it actually makes it so you don't need a power creep characters, because rather than going like vertical, you can go like lateral, right? You can go to the side and make a bunch of characters that might be equally relative in strength in different situations. That's how I see it.
I do think that they are kind of doing that with version 3, like Haruta being average in DPS, and then like, the whole Mimos writing. So, and I feel like it's kind of. They have always been doing this since version 1 though. Like if you have been playing since version 1, it has been crit DPS for a while, and then they slowly introduced like DOT, they introduced follow-up, they introduced break, and then okay.
Yeah, they are adding more.
I swear DOT is coming back, but I digress, right? But I feel like
bet
they
it
have
will.
always, they are always introducing these new comps eventually over time. So I don't think there's too big of an issue of them like having not
Here's
enough.
the problem though, I think. I don't think that the comps are really depth, because realistically, if I'm using a Firefly team or an Acheron team, they do the same thing, right? They just blow up the enemy side. The enemy side just blows up, and it doesn't really matter what it is. They just explode. I don't know about Fei Zhao. I kind of stopped playing before.
Nah, but that would be true if like the enemies allow you to get weakness broken. So like if there's a very easy way, like the moment you implement something that like you can't break the toughness, break will just die. Or like for Acheron, if the guy is immune to debuff, the guy will just die.
But you see, that's not, in my opinion, I don't think that's a great way. Let me give you an example. So back in the day, you know, before you or Box were born, you know, a long time ago, Diablo 2, there was an amazing game, right? And let's say you have a fire sorceress. Your whole build is fire damage. You would sometimes fight rare mobs or packs where they just have fire resistance. They take 0 damage from fire. Everybody fucking hated that. It was actually like one of the most hated things of all time. People despised that, and it essentially like ruined builds for certain types of content, and people did not like that one bit. I think if you add something like immune to break or something like that, that will elicit that same exact feeling from people. They'll be like, this is fucking trash that I can't use the units I like on this content, not because like the content is hard, just because they don't let you do it. I think that would be a problem for a lot of people, and I personally would agree with that. Also, get owned by that trotter.
Oh, I have firefly problems, bro. Okay, but like, I would agree because, like, having not like direct counters to the team.
Yeah, like that trotter, bro. That trotter just did that to you, by the way. Imagine if all the enemies were like that trotter.
Yeah, E6 S5 Firefly, by the way, but like, okay, but I feel like this might be a little bit more difficult in Honkai Star Rail, just because you don't have the freedom to do as many things that you can do in like Diablo or like Genshin or whatever it is, because like you can like control characters, like scale, press the scale, learn the talent tree. But Honkai Star is legit just what you get. You get like 4 thingies, you get 4 units, and you just play them. So there isn't as much degree of freedom for your piloting skills. It's basically just boils on team building.
Well, I will say this though. I think both of us would agree that Honkai Star in the fight is not very hard. It's all about the team building before the fight is essentially the game, right? And then you hit the auto button or whatever. Unless you're trying to zero cycle. But you see, here's the thing. I think they have the capability to make things harder, not like artificially. For instance, look at the Aventurine boss battle. There are more mechanics going on there than almost any other fight realistically in the game. Even the Cocolia one all the way back. But Aventurine's fight, like, you know, you have to manage the dice, other stuff like that. I'm not saying every fight should be that complex, but they can make even normal enemies have mechanics where it's like, oh, I need to be careful not to kill this one first, or, you know, it buffs everybody else with a giant shield, or like, I need to be careful to play around this certain mechanic. I need to hit this guy 2 times to disable this thing. You know, like, you can add other mechanics to the game where then certain characters can be like, oh, this character is really good because they're able to deal with all of these things really easily, but this character is only good at like this kind of stuff, right? So you can add characters and they could even be similar strength, do the same amount of damage, but you can have so much more depth with the actual combat. I think that the enemies make the combat kind of like, think about a game like Elden Ring. The game is really simple, right? It's just attack and roll, essentially. There's very little depth there, but the enemy bosses are what adds the depth because they have the mechanics you have to play around in all the attacks. So I think Honkai Star Rail, rather than focusing on its characters have insane depth, they can make the enemies more difficult as well and have more depth. It doesn't have to be insanely hard stuff either. Just adding a little bit there can make it so there's so much more diversity in characters, and certain teams will be good against certain content without being completely excluded from other types. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent take. But I think a little bit of a problem is if you introduce all these kind of different enemies with different mechanics, the casual player base will still have problems because they probably don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, there's no winning like in this. There'll always be people having problems. Yeah.
I think, but what I think they could do is they can have it so these enemies have these mechanics, but if you're a casual player just doing, you know, story, other stuff, it's like fairly simple, right? But when the enemies become way tankier and stronger, that's when it starts to become a problem. Like, for instance, in Memory of Chaos and the hard content, like when these enemies have way higher health pools and hit harder, then suddenly these mechanics are way more important to play around. I think they could potentially do that kind of stuff. Also, I think I should be a fucking game designer for these gacha games. Honestly, they should be listening to me.
Bro, I feel like they could, but like it makes it more difficult for casuals because this is good for like players that are like, you know, they want to play with different team content, but for casuals that don't really want to experience all these, because how do you give them an option? Because the moment you release this brand new enemy type, it's still in the same like Memory of Chaos or endgame content. Then now the casuals have to pick a choice where they continue playing their current team comp, or they are even more pressured to prove for these different units which will be better against these different enemies.
Well, would you say casual players do Memory of Chaos? Do you believe casual players do? Like, what do you define as casual player in that way?
No, if they only care about being casuals, they probably wouldn't care about Memory of Chaos. Yeah.
Well, then I think the suggestion I have would work fine probably, because only when the enemies have more inflated health pools and damage in something such as Memory of Chaos would those mechanics really start to make more of a difference, I feel. So I think that would kind of be a win-win for both, where the casual players, they could ignore some, like, for instance, you know in Pentaconi, that T-Rex enemy, where you have to hit it like, what, 6 times or whatever, and then it like blows up?
Explodes it. Yep,
like,
yep.
Yeah. If you have more mechanics like that, for example, most people don't give a fuck about it because they just hit auto button, go boom, blow up screen. But like, I think the players from Memory of Chaos and who are doing harder content will be able to get the value out of that kind of stuff. That's how I feel. Buff, flip, explode, yeah. I think that is a possible option.
I would feel that this is good, especially for players that want depth, they will get depth, and then for players that are casual, they wouldn't care. But the crazy part about this is the exact same people that have a problem with my take would become even more offended, because these are the exact same people that they will pull for waifus but still want to clear all angry content. So if we were to implement your suggestion, the angry voices now, they will get even angrier, because now it's even more important for them to get the right team comps. So while this is good for like two camps of people, the exact same people that are pissed off at my take will get even more pissed off. They're like, oh my god, now I have to fucking pull all this while clearing entries. Fuck this shit, I'm gonna clear it. So yeah.
I totally agree with that. That's why I was saying, like, if you had changed the wording on your thing, it probably would have just been like those dumb fucks being mad at you, and not like, you know, I mean, I don't know, maybe some content creators still would have, but like, for instance, I don't think Gotcha Smack would have really thought anything wrong with your point, to be honest. Like, he probably would have been like, yep, those fucking like casual like idiots who want everything, yeah, fuck them. He probably would have been like that, honestly. Like,
it's hard to say, but we'll see how this goes. I feel like people would still get offended because I added the word stupid.
Oh yeah, no,
and people on the internet don't like to be called stupid, no matter what point it was. So.
Oh no, absolutely. But I think people would have looked at it more like, oh, I'm on the side that's smart. He's not calling me stupid. You know what I mean? Like, less people would have. Felt
okay, yeah, maybe they will be more self-aware that okay, whether or not he's referring to me. Yeah. I think.
Yeah. I think some more people would have been like, oh, I'm part of the smart camp, okay, rather than he's scorched earth, fuck everybody, you know.
I hope Gotcha Smack smites you.
Bro, say something.
No, alright. Okay, so one thing I would like to say is I think you made it sound way too easy. Like, oh yeah, you can just do it if you just avoid it, you know. Go ahead. But with the amount of like sweating, I think that goes into like, or like all the work you have to do to like make this like a possible thing, or like make power creep not as bad as it is, because the power creep is pretty bad, I want to say, or like the HP inflation is so bad that you have to like put in a shit ton of work to like, you know, mitigate it, which is why I think a lot of I don't know, man, at least I think you worded it like a bit too casually, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, just fix it, bozo. I think that's
but the thing is, even though HP inflation is bad, right? Like, if you want to take a look at the data of the number of clears on average in like all endgame, people are finding it. There's literally more success rate now to 3-star in the recent patches compared to the old patches, because first of all, you get like broken ass fucking units, and then second of all, even though the HP inflation is bad, they made the buffs even stronger than the inflation for the most part. So people are actually clearing easier despite the inflation.
Well, I would also say more people got their account probably to the point where they can even do it as well, probably. Just like
right, yeah, and they have more time to invest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, remember how hard the first Memory of Chaos was? It was like fucking insane.
If you
like,
didn't have sit out,
you would to grind so hard. Yeah. You would to grind so hard. So I think a lot of people who are really slow with the game finally reach the point where they actually have, like, you know, multiple teams and can do it.
Which why I feel like this whole narrative that Honkai style power creep is like super bad for, like, you know, because things are getting super hard. It doesn't really hold true, because things are technically not getting super hard. It's just that artificially, from a numbers perspective, they have more HP, but now there are a lot more tools for players to use now to clear them. So technically it's getting easier. The only people that are saying it's getting harder, they are legit like tourists that look at numbers, oh shit, more HP, bad, and then like fuck this game. So like,
okay, real talk though, who designed Fugue? What a moron. Ignores the only mechanic in the game for everybody. What a fucking dumbass. Like, oh my, you know what they should be doing in this game? And this is something that a game like I think Punishing Grey Raven does this. They have fun creep, where essentially the character might not even be better than the last one, but they are so crazy and how they work and fun that you just have a really good time. You know, when you're running what's the AoE Memory of Chaos? What the hell is that thing called?
Rapper? Banana boss?
No, like the game mode. No, not the character.
Pure Fiction.
Yeah, Pure Fiction. Yeah, I forgot the name. You know when it's really fun in Pure Fiction when you like do an attack, then the lantern comes down, explodes, and the next wave comes in, and then the attack goes again. Like your Himiko fucking grinds them up again, then another lantern drops. You know, that's like really fun.
Yep.
If they add, or like for instance, how people have a lot of fun with like Acheron or Rappa, for instance, or Fei Zhao doing multiple ults in a row. If you have characters that are about as strong as the other ones, like they're basically the same, but they're just really, really fun to play, and they just make stuff like absolutely insane. I think that would be something that a lot of people would enjoy too, and you don't even have to make the character better. They could even be slightly worse. But if they just are really fun, I think people would pull for those characters anyways. You don't even have to power creep.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Sure.
Oh, also, fuck, hold on one second. I'm grinding right now. I'm fucking locked in. I'll remember my point later. I'll remember my point later.
You're
I promise.
playing Marvel? What the fuck?
That's crazy,
Wait.
man.
Wait,
Nobody's
almost.
been so quiet like the whole time.
Oh yeah, Vox, what made you suddenly want to go back to Water Waves?
The views.
Money. Ooh.
Money.
Paid hashtag ad.
Yeah,
Insane.
literally, bro. Like, I don't know what else to say.
I will say,
Would you not get more viewers playing Honkai Star than like?
I would, but I hate Honkai Star now.
What the fuck? That killed me. I see.
well,
Sorry.
I will
Am I
say
the
this.
only
like,
motherfucker left that still likes Honkai?
No, I like Honkai. It's
Shit.
just dry as fuck right now.
They literally just dropped the new end game like 2 days ago. What even
The thing? What do you mean?
Okay, I
Memory
will
of Chaos?
say this, in Box's defense, holding yourself to one game is just a bad idea. So he should play other games just to like widen his horizons, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Wait, hold on, let me try to remember. Fuck, I
and
forgot
he's sure
it.
as hell not about to play Genshin, so like, right.
Oh, Genshin is great.
Actually, I wanted to talk about this in like the gacha the other day. I talked about this TikTok the other day, which is I don't think pigeonholing to like one game is actually it's that bad, because I think that the content creators lifespan, like within 5 years, you are probably more or less done. So you might as well just all in one game, and then when you
here's
tire
the
and go
thing.
with variety.
I somewhat agree. However, let's pretend. So how many years have you been doing this now? Like, or at least have you been around the side? So 1 year. So do you believe in 4 years you would have like all the money you need for essentially the rest of your life?
I hope, but I don't know. I think that's not possible.
Well, at the current rate, yeah, probably not right now. Right. So unless you were able to grow way more exponentially quickly. So how I see it is, the average content creator being like 5 years or whatever, I think that's like the height of their popularity. That's someone who's like a huge content creator. You know, like let's pretend, I don't know, like Ninja, right? Ninja, he had that kind of span. A lot of other content creators do not have that kind of similar span, especially like for someone like you. You are not one of these content creators who's like, you know, the pinnacle, like 100,000 doing collabs with Drake playing Honkai Star Rail. Like, you know, it's not like
crazy.
that would have a 5-year life. That would have a 5-year lifespan. But what you're doing right now, I believe, lasts much longer. I mean, that's my opinion. And if you only do Honkai Star, let's say Honkai Star then just like died, that would obviously be a problem. But I think you could probably pivot to something else, most likely. But I think as somebody who was stuck in one category for a while, I will tell you, holy fuck does it suck doing one thing. And I'm pretty sure this is how all the Genshin content creators feel. This is probably how Tectone felt. This is how every content creator feels will eventually, unless they're a psychopath, get tired of the game that they're playing. And Pokke, you love Honkai Star right now. There will be a point where you will go, holy fuck, I wish I had the same amount of views played something else. Like, holy fuck, this is like, man, I gotta play Honkai Star Rail. This happens to basically almost anyone who's a one game player. And I think you're able to pivot to other stuff fine though. That's the especially
I've been
since so many
pivoting,
contents, right? But I'm just more trying to say towards the point, like, I believe that you can last way more than 5 years, but if you are stuck with one game, that will only hurt your chances. So that's my opinion.
Never forget who you're fighting.
Yeah, also focusing on one game, I think will make your community only care about that one game and other stuff. But if you play a bunch of different things, you get all sorts of varied people who have all sorts of different interests, and I think it only helps Chad.
Alright, I'll play Marvel Rivals, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean, dude, no joke. I've played some.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll play a little bit.
Dude, I fucking forgot about my
No
point I was
joke.
gonna make at first.
If
This
you
sucks.
played Marvel Rivals with like a bunch of people on stream or something, I think people would probably like that. Just like, dude, Marvel Rivals is a great group play game. It's great to do that with.
Perhaps. Okay. I'm gonna go. But the ping fucking issue though, it's gonna be a 300 ping all.
Oh wait,
It's
oh
cool,
my
bro,
God.
it's cool.
ESL streamer, wait.
This move here, bro.
Eastern streamer diva.
Yeah, Eastern streamer alert. Ew. We can't even play Marvel Rivals. Oh, actually, we looked at how popular Marvel Rivals is worldwide, bro. It's just all the West, so you're not even allowed to play. Honestly,
Oh, damn.
where you are, you're not allowed. It's only United States, bro. Eastern CCs can't even play that game, bro.
Tragic. Yeah.
Yo, Box, you had a point before you died like 10 times in Marvel Rivals?
Wait. Yeah, I literally forgot it. I'm actually sad.
You're playing Thor, dude.
It is because I'm playing Thor. Fuck this. Damn. I'm trying to recall what I was gonna say at first, but I literally just cannot. Fucking mind is blanking out.
Okay.
I know it's PowerCREEP related. It's just. Fuck, what was it again?
Well, I guess I would also say, Pokke, it's good to play other gacha games to expand your, like, horizons in a way, rather than,
Absolutely.
Marvel Rivals is like a way different fucking kind of thing. But like, Wuthering Waves or whatever what Box was doing, or other gachas that come out that are actually cool. Like, I don't know,
Okay,
even shit like that.
Okay, speaking about Wuthering Waves, right? Do you see that?
Oh boy, here it comes.
What happened?
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about the debacle?
No, wait, what did you say? What debacle?
The Y video.
The what?
So basically, I played WUWA and then I played Genshin, and then like
I actually talked about that I think yesterday on stream. I don't remember exactly what I said, but you mean the whole like when you played Wuthering Waves, then you went to Genshin and people were being toxic?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I felt like I had some really good points yesterday, and I don't remember all of them. But let me think about this for a second.
Same
I
boat.
think essentially what I was saying is that same boat, Box. So I'm sure the beacon of
good takes. I know, it's me.
Playing some Marvel Rivals right now.
I've learned from EO.
Oh, thank God. I think that. I definitely think that there is a rivalry between Wuthering Waves and Genshin. Yeah, moral rivals. I believe that it doesn't matter what community there is a common denominator of idiots. Always. It doesn't matter if it's Genshin, Wuthering Waves, ZZZ, Honkai Star Rail. There's always going to be some absolute 1 IQ idiots at the very bottom that will say the stupidest things. And I believe Genshin has so many just because it's a big game. Realistically, like, let's pretend only 0.1% of the community is dumb as fuck. Well, there's a lot of people who play Genshin, so there's way more idiots, right? Just statistically. And so I think that you totally may have had some of those people in Wuthering Waves. I think you probably have some of those people who are also, the Genshin idiots too. It does either way. So I think realistically, you just have to ban those people because they're fucking worthless. That's kind of what I was telling you, is like the real ones stay. Sometimes people just say something stupid, but they're like, sorry man, I shouldn't have said that. Can I come back in? And then you're like, yeah, unban.
Yeah.
But the people that are they're just trying to start trouble, you just fucking remove them. They're worthless to you. They were never going to be a real viewer. They're not going to be there whenever it actually matters. They're just like +1. Yeah, exactly. Like I actually learned that from Lakari.
Ooh, okay.
He was like, just ban them. The real ones like sending the requests. I was like, you know what? He's totally right.
Yeah.
But I think also, like, what was one of the points of your video was essentially like, if you played it in a different order, I guess it would have been better. Like if you'd played Genshin then Wuthering Waves, I think you still would have had some toxic people come in either way, because there's just idiots on both sides. I think it wouldn't even really matter. But I also think that it's not entire communities that are bad. I don't think you were saying that, but like, for instance, like Wuthering Waves, it probably has less of those insane toxic morons than Genshin just because it's a smaller game, but it definitely still has them. It doesn't really matter any way you go.
Okay, I feel like that might be debatable, and the reason why I say that is because and I don't mean this to like instigate or whatever, but like generally speaking, if I look at Wuthering Waves content, I would say there are more Wuthering Waves content.
I completely understand what you mean.
So like, yeah, exactly. So the community already have this like DCCs that they are like part of the community of, and they get these vibes from them, so they are just more instigating compared to the other I have had some people say some pretty insane stuff. I've also, this is a funny aside. I remember when I played Wuthering Waves beta, I was joking, like saying like, I can't believe Japan copied Inazuma. These people are fucking shameless, like pathetic. Like I said something along those lines, and someone went into my chat. They typed like a fucking essay about like Genshin Impact respects these cultures. Like how dare you say this kind of stuff? Like they respect them and they want to represent them in a good way. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you actually like I'm joking, bro? So what, you thought I was actually saying that Japan copied Inazuma? Like, what the fuck? Like, there are these idiots, like, no matter where you go, bro. But I totally agree with you that I think probably the Wuthering Waves community is more willing to attack. However, I'll also say, holy shit, if you look at like Dick Sucker Central, like the gacha game subreddit,
wow, they are the biggest Hoyo dick suckers you've ever seen. It's insane some of the shit that you would see there, and they were just non-stop attacking Wuthering Waves. So it's like, I really do feel like it's kind of both sides. Like both sides have these same morons that will just, they will disingenuously come up with anything just to like shit on the other side and say stupid stuff. Like, and there's both sides have really sensitive people. And I mean, realistically, like, let's be honest, your community is more Hoyo versus pilled, I guess, than like Kuro pilled, right? Because, you know, I mean, that's what you built your entire audience in your career on, so it makes total sense, and there's nothing wrong with that. But realistically, you know, you're gonna have a lot of that. So I think there may have been a problem. Like, this is why I joked, when you play Wuthering Waves, you have to fight a two-front war, because your community is like, man, fuck Wuthering Waves, stop playing this, and then the community for Wuthering Waves is like, man, this fucking Pokke guy, get him out of here. Like, I feel like you're fighting like a two-front war.
Yeah, I'll just play Stario, bro. I'm chilling here. Wait. Speaking of Wuthering Waves, Sarah has been spamming me this. Ask Jenzad about the new Tower of Adversity, the new worst endgame in gacha.
Yes. Okay, this is actually very funny. You were on the Gacha podcast when this happened, but you know, you may have been AFK, you know, mentally or physically, I'm not sure, during it.
Okay, every single time there was gacha class, it's like 2-3 a.m. So like, I'm cooked, but like, yeah, you continue.
Yeah, so essentially, I remember Fob and I were talking about how the tower sucks ass, basically.
Okay.
And I think it's really funny because one of Saint's main points during that was actually that the middle tower allows any element. Guess what the new tower doesn't let you do? It's certain elements now. The middle tower and people are pissed. People are real mad about that now.
Does Santon acknowledge this, or like?
WUWA's downfall.
Probably. I think he probably does, but I just think it's funny that that was one of the points, and now it like reversed. It's like, oh fuck, how did they go the opposite way? I think he probably acknowledged it, but I don't really know.
Alright, cool.
But look, I will definitely say Wuthering Waves Tower, it's shit. It's absolute shit. Like, I don't like the tower. I like the game, but the tower is fucking dog shit. Bro, nobody even, like, okay, some people do, but I'm just gonna say it straight up, like, no one with sense likes Abyss and Genshin, okay? Why would you copy the worst piece of shit from that game? It's like, nobody wanted it in that game, so why are you copying that in Wuthering Waves? Like, they've shown they can make stuff that's more fun, like Elusive Realm and stuff, so why are you copying something that's dog shit? Like, you know that you had to go to town to synthesize? You copied that from Genshin. Like, any sensible developer who's making a game would not do that unless you copied it from a game that did something fucking stupid like that. And then they just recently, this patch made it so you can synthesize from anywhere. But it's like, why was that not that way on launch? And you couldn't heal at any teleporter until a later patch after launch as well. And it's like, well, guess where they took that? Genshin Impact. So they take the worst, almost all of the worst things of Wuthering Waves are from Genshin. And everything they've made originally has been like the best stuff you'll love. Like, you know, the flying is actually fucking amazing. Like, even if you hate the game, the flying is crazy. Like, once you do the flying, you're like, I can't really go back from this. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Or like, you know, Elusive Realm is really fun for a lot of people. Or other, like being able to run up walls and shit. Like, these are just things people like. And it's like, you see the developers actually come up with a good idea, but then the stuff they copied was like, this is fucking dog shit. Like, why is it this way? And the tower is one of those things. It's just archaic bad. I've said plenty of different ways you can solve it, but it's not gonna fucking happen, I think.
Okay, wait, pause. I just want to real quick, because I was gonna farm this video about like Jenzad convinces me that I'm wrong, whatever. So like, because I kind of want to, because the audience I want to wave stuff, so I probably won't make it to the Honkai Star Wars video, to just kind of summarize everything, Box and Jenzad. In conclusion, just summarize everything, and then we can. I'm one more to the timestamp here.
All right. In conclusion, you're bad at English.
Yeah.
In conclusion, ESL Eastern streamer doesn't understand English, spouts things he doesn't know, gets destroyed on camera.
Gets destroyed on camera. Yeah, you gotta add that too.
That's very important. Yeah, Western seas are just racist. They hate Eastern people. All right, see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, yo, Sarah, grab the timestamp for that, and then just about all the non-HSR stuff. Then we can keep yapping. Okay.
You should start the video with that, with like, they're just racist. That's the first second of the video. It's like,
they are racist against me. Okay, that's the intro. Yep. Okay.
I am being attacked.
Wait, but I'm also Asian.
Racist.
I'm Asian, and Jenzad is half
But
Japanese.
people won't know that. People won't know that though, because they'll see the box avatar and people don't know who I am. So like, they'll just think like, "Holy fuck!" Like,
Okay,
why
no,
these
but
racist?
okay, but I did that. So like the particular point where I was calling it box before you joined, dude, there was so many chatters saying like, I'm like from Singapore, I don't understand English, and I just don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's crazy, bro. And like they were actually just being racist. So like it is actually fact.
I was joking.
Yo,
that
box
it's an
dude,
ESL
clean up your
problem.
fucking chat, bro.
What the
I was
fuck?
joking.
Alright,
I said in
alright.
chat like 2 or 3 times, like ESL problem or something. That doesn't.
Yeah, Jenzad was part of it, man.
Well,
You gotta.
I will say this though. I don't know if it really has to do with like
was the pioneer?
understanding of English. It was just more like the reading of your point. I mean, like this isn't even like, this is just realistic. Like it might be read differently depending on how you interpret the language.
Yeah, like look
I
at
mean,
Eo.
I'm
He's
not
really
saying
good
that,
at English, but
like your ESL or something, it's more along the lines of like.
No, it's just that the point has always stood. It's just that if I was to phrase it in a sense where it's less offensive and like, less incendiary, and like it makes
Less
people feel that they're
AOE,
smarter.
less AOE.
Yeah. If that was the case,
no, it reads out a
was-
completely different point, in my opinion. If
Nah, it's
due to the
no,
wording.
Box, you're lying. It's the same
No,
fucking point.
no
it just
way.
depends on who took offense to the exact same point. It's just like
Well, it's the same point, but he like more AOE'd it, I think, with his phrasing, and also I think made it a little bit harder for people to read at a glance, like to really understand what it's saying. That's all. But we already talked about this. Like we don't have to really rehash this thing. I feel like we're going
absolutely.
Yeah,
to
it's whatever.
Okay, end this part now. Okay, we talk about WUWA. Yeah, continue.
Well, actually, you know, I never even got to talk about it on the Gacha podcast because the whole Gacha podcast was too busy shitting on Genshin Impact. But what do you think about
Oh,
about
exactly.
2.0?
Bro, I literally, oh my, that was exactly why I told Tecton. Like, he was like, oh my god, Pokke, you just don't talk in Gacha. Bro, like, literally, I thought the Gacha cast was talking about Water Waves 2.0. 90% of the shit is not even Water Waves. It's just, yo, why is Genshin so bad?
Okay,
Bro, I
we
can't
talked about
think anything.
Genshin. We tried to solve racism. We learned geology apparently.
What the fuck happened in that Gacha
Like it was
cast?
just like, like everything
The fuck?
but Wuthering Waves.
Dude, like, a lot of times during these Gacha casts, I would love to talk. It's like it started with like esports scenario, and somehow it always deviates to a point where I just can't have any input. Like it got to the point where I think like what was it? Sega Pokke, he was like going to war with Tecton about like, nope, you're wrong, you're objectively wrong about like everything.
Okay, I'm
objectively.
Do you know, dude? I left. I just fucking left halfway through that and
Did you
to
actually?
get some water, and then I just came back and I was like, damn, this shit's still going on. I was just making a bunch of faces on stream, pretty much. But like, I'm gonna be real. You know why the whole podcast got derailed? I think it was literally just because Sega Pogo. The entire thing started with like, him being like, so why should I play, well, as a Genshin player, why should I be playing Wuthering Waves? And then we have to like convince him or something. So then the whole thing kind of became about Genshin, I feel like.
Okay, wait, did he start that question, or was it like Tecton that kept
Yes.
saying like, yo,
Yeah,
so,
no, he-
you know, let's talk about Genshin, and then like, so who started first? Because I actually don't remember.
Well, I mean, Tecton brought it up a bunch later. Like he kept bringing up Genshin after, but Sega Poke was kind of the start of like, so like,
so
you know,
Sega
like,
Pokke was the
why should I,
instigator.
like,
He was like the first.
Sort of.
He was first blood.
War is
Okay,
inevitable.
Forgive it sort of first blood, but then Tecton kind of rolled with it for a while.
First blood.
pretty
Okay,
much.
he got a first blood, and then got 10 kills.
No, and he kept ganking.
Yeah, pretty much that's what happened. Yeah, against Genshin. Yeah, like
That's crazy,
That's
bro.
pretty much what happened. Yeah, I just want to talk about WUWA though. Like, what did you guys think about like the update? I don't know. I just like talking about things I like, you know.
Okay, where's Box right now for the story? Did he even finish?
I finished it.
You
was a-
finished 3.0.
It was
yeah, he
okay.
finished today.
It was okay.
Okay, yeah, I think the story was not as crazy as.
Yeah, no,
Camellia.
definitely not. Definitely not.
Not story, not Camellia. I don't think it was as crazy as Shopkeeper. I love Shopkeeper's story, but
Really?
the
thought Genshin's
yeah, I
was
really
the
really
best,
liked it.
but-
But everything else was really, really good. The characters, the whole town, the fly thing, you know, the
world,
holograms.
like
yeah, they were
every
really good.
environment is crazy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I wouldn't say it's the best story that Water Waves had, but it's just me personally.
It wasn't.
The thing is, I don't even care about story really, but like the story was fine. I wasn't offended by it, and honestly, that's about as good as a story can do for me in Nagacha. It's like it didn't piss me off pretty much, right? It was fine. I thought Genshi's story was the best overall, but you know, it was fine. It was there, but I don't even care about that. I care the characters are really fun. Like, what do you think of Rochio when you tried her? Like in the story, Mamma
She's
Mia?
fun.
Yeah. I don't know if I was using her right. I was just like spamming the skill and like press a hold, and then whenever she can bounce, just bounce.
Mamma
bounce.
Mia,
I just
yep.
yeah.
Yeah, you get like 3 stacks of her, like 14.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
go,
yeah.
Mamma Mia. Yeah, you do the triple bounce or something.
Yeah, why is she
everyone always big sad. Everyone just goes big sad anytime Roach is mentioned. Holy
Crazy.
fuck, even in your chat, dude.
I can never trust gacha players again though, because like I think before going into the WUWA story, I was like, so what do y'all think about the story? And they're like 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I was like, oh okay, this is gonna be peak. It's always happens. It always happens.
You know what's crazy is like I never trust people with gacha stories, but when people say it's bad, that's when I'm like, this must be really fucking bad. When like gacha players will gas up every single story, but if they say a story's bad and everyone says that, I'm like, oh man, this must be a new low of just shit. Like the rapper story quest.
Oh my god, bro.
I was like, this must be a whole new level of shit. I've never seen so much hatred. Like
that's the first time I saw like hate for Honkai Star Wars story. Besides like the local. It's always praised. It's always praised.
I was like, there's no way people hated this much. I went on the subreddit and I saw people hating it. I was like, oh my god, the final bastion of positivity even hates it. Like this is
the final bastion.
I can't believe it. Like the final wall that will say everything is perfect. Even they said. I was like, oh no.
It was really bad.
Like I just don't trust people with gacha stories in general. But like, I don't play WUWA for the story, right? That's not why I play the game. People play games for different reasons. Some people just want to play it for the story. I just play for the gameplay, the running around in fights. So for me, the update is like a lot of stuff that I wanted. Not everything. It could have done better, but it was better than I expected.
Better than you expected? Damn.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really have super high hopes, to be honest.
Really? Even after watching that 2.0 live stream?
Well, a live stream can show anything. Bro, NVIDIA fucking showed off a bunch of lies at their most recent conference.
Oh yeah.
Like anyone who knows anything about GPUs is gonna know is a load of bullshit.
Hey, I believe it.
Stocks are down so bad. I think they're down like 5% or some shit like yesterday.
Damn. Holy shit, that's terrible.
Dude, like they straight up went up on the stage and they lied. And for anyone who doesn't understand what they lied about, they basically they do this every single time they show off the new stuff. They'll show like the previous generation. So let's say like they showed the 4090 without DLSS. They like turn off everything, give it a shit CPU, and they're like, you can only get 10 frames here. But then if you use the 5070 with every single setting turned on with the best CPU on the entire market, they're like, yeah, it's 5 times better. It's like it's such a fucking lie, and they do this every single time. Like, and so many people believe it. They're like, yeah, for $500, I'm gonna get something better than the $2,000 GPU. That makes sense. Like, people are just insane, right? And people are gonna fall for it, right? Yeah. But like, that's pretty much what. When I see a live stream for a gacha, I just go like, okay, like this looks good, but is it good? Is it gonna be good? Like they showed the flying. Did you think the flying was gonna be as fun as it actually was in game and being able to just spam it anywhere and everywhere? Probably. Like you probably didn't realize how good it was gonna be. Right?
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Like, yeah, it's like better than expected. So like, I saw that stream, I was like, oh, this looks pretty good, but I'm not sure. And also the zones were like way cooler than I expected too. I was like, yeah, they showed pictures, but what if it's just like you're only there for 2 seconds? But no, it's like a huge area. So I go into it with skepticism. That's how I see updates. I think I'm very realistic with gacha games. And before 2.0 dropped, I had pretty much said in my chat multiple times, like, I like Wuthering Waves, but if Wuthering Waves 2.0 doesn't kind of like change what the game is and I think become way better, I'm kind of gonna lose hope for the most part on like what it is. And you know what? It exceeded my expectations and it popped the fuck off. That's my opinion.
Prodigy we're getting better.
Yeah, thanks to input box. You know, you're adding a lot right here. Bro is staring at Linkshun's like phone. Bro, you're not even playing Marvel right now.
Oh, what is he doing?
Huh? Oh, I'm literally just like I'm staring at my screen. Sorry. I'm like it's been
out, bro.
It's been like 10 hours and 35 minutes.
Have you gotten weed recently or something, man?
I just haven't eaten.
Your girl, is she into weed or something? You getting into this?
Oh my lord.
No, but she did talk about pegging, which is.
What?
I'm kidding.
So
it's obviously a joke. It's obviously a joke. It's obviously a joke.
Hey,
wait, hold on. A question though.
You can be into whatever you want to, man.
Okay.
Like,
can I ask you too if you guys know like that there's a G spot in a male anus?
I haven't been pegged.
No, but like you do know that.
Well, yes, there is.
What the fuck? Okay, that's okay. You know that?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, that's weird. You guys are weird.
So you got pegged?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so
I just know about it. I know the information.
Well, his G spot's damaged. That's why he didn't know. He was like, so was it supposed to be in there? Like, was it supposed to be better? I don't really understand.
Oh, let's move on. Yeah, so about power creep.
You fucking brought it up, bro. It was sick.
So about power creep.
Yeah, there's power creep like 3 inches into your asshole box, alright?
Whoa, what the fuck? Hold on, hang on. Hang on, Jenzad's a freak, bro. Oh my dick is so big! Holy shit, I'm stroking, I'm cranking it right now, man. Oh my god, I'm cranking 90s on my fucking dick. Jesus Christ, man. It's all over the wall, it's over my face. Also, oh my goodness, man. I can't stop the loads from blowing. I can't do it. Oh my goodness, you sound creepy? I do sound creepy. That did sound creepy, man. I can't lie. You know what? I give up on this video.